Hello, this is Faye, and I sell Medicare plans. I want to ask you a question. Have you been called to do what you do, or were you chosen to do what you do? This really is a biblical principle that I'd like to talk to everybody about this morning on this podcast. This is the I Sell Medicare Plans podcast. It's where everyone who's in these Medicare streets comes to find out what's going on in Medicare, what you need to do, what the real deal is. There's no hype. There's no I do this and you do that, and I have this and you have that, and I need to compare myself with someone else. No, none of that. None of that here. This is the podcast where if you really want to know how to run your business and how to do it ethically and how to really succeed in business, then this is the podcast that you want to listen to. So I'm Faye, and I sell Medicare plans. Now, when I ask you the question, were you called or were you chosen? You got to think about, well, what does that mean? What does that really mean? To be called to do something means that you are actually going to do it because you feel like that's what you're supposed to do, and you're going to do it until you get tired of doing it or until you find something else that you think you're supposed to do. And then guess what? You're going to quit, or you're going to do it for as long as you think it's working the way it should. And if it doesn't work the way you think it should, or what you think should be the outcome with the little input that you put in, then guess what? You're going to quit. But if you're chosen to do this, if this is really, really your challenge in life and what your purpose is to help others, you're not going to give up. You're never going to give up. You can't give up. You're going to have that burning desire to always be able to help someone. And if you can't help them with what you're doing now, you will try to find what you need to help them. Not try to change the customer, but you will change and you will adapt and you will learn to actually get what's needed for you to help the customer. So it starts with finding out who you are and finding out what it is actually that you are expecting. What is it that you're supposed to be doing? So you don't have to know so much about it when you start, but if you're willing to just continue to learn, continue to adapt to changes, continue to, most of all, listen. Listen to your customer. Listen to the needs of the customer. You know that people say the reason you have one mouth and two ears is because you should be listening more than you're talking. So focus on what it is that you hear the customer say. Focus on learning how to ask questions that's going to dig to the next layer. When you're interviewing a customer, it's like peeling back an onion. So you have the skin that's outside and it looks kind of rough sometimes. But when you peel it back, the inside looks different and the next layer is half and half. And as you get to another layer, you're really getting to the core of that onion. So in sales, you will need to learn how to peel back the onion one layer at a time. So this is what I know. You will be starting things and something will tell you, nah, that doesn't work. And you'll hear all these comments on social media because you were lost your mind a little bit and you decide you're going to ask the question of those on social media who don't do anything but spend their time on social media. And you ask the question, well, should I do this or should I do that? Or have you done this and what was your experience? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. What you do is what you do. And you have to learn how to do you and learn how to do you well. It's not what others think you should do. It's what your direction should be. And once you're given that assignment and you have God guiding you, then that's the direction that you should be going. So if you are going to be chosen, you will get that message and it will tell you what you need to do. And there are many of you who are not even going to watch this, not listen to this podcast or watch this on YouTube. Why? You're going to stop right here because you're going to say, there she is. She preaching again. She's talking about what I should do. Now I don't need to listen to that. And I know, but it's okay because see, my assignment was to let you know that either you're called to be what you are or you're chosen to be what you are. And if you are chosen, you will not give up because you will always have that burning desire that's going to say, oh, I should be helping somebody today. Oh, I remember Mrs. Andrews and her struggles with getting her medication on time. Oh, I remember Mr. John whose wife died and he had no clue where to even begin. She took care of everything for him. I remember my customer who was so excited and said, I've never had someone who really looked after me the way you do. I have never had someone to help me find a doctor, take me to the office for the first visit, set me up with someone at the office who could take care of every question that I have, put me with an insurance company that can offer the benefits that I need. I've never had that. And I've asked my friends, and they say they have never seen an insurance person like you. That's someone who's chosen. That's you. So now the story is that you can either be the person who is called, work at this for a period of time, and then decide that it's not working. It's not working the way I thought it would work. So I think that I'll just stop. Or you could be the person who is chosen. So that's your question for today. Are you called to be the best that you can be? Or were you chosen to be the best that you can be? Let people know that you really do care about them. And when you decide that you have been chosen, or when you recognize that you have been chosen and not called, and you start to think about others first before yourself, you will be surprised at how things will turn around and sales will start to happen, referrals will start to come, people will start to have your name in their mouths. They'll talk about you, they'll continuously refer you, they will respect you, and obviously you will be doing what you are chosen to do. This is Faye, and I sell Medicare plans. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast this morning. Let me know if there's anything that you would like for me to handle or talk about on the podcast. We're here weekly with a new podcast. It's I Sell Medicare Plans. It's on Spotify, and it's on Apple Play. So you are able to listen to the podcast. This will also be on YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel so that you can hear more about the things that you need to know in running your business. Everything that I will talk to you about will help you to be successful in your Medicare business. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification bell so you know when there is a new YouTube. But this is Faye, and I sell Medicare plans. Have a blessed Monday.